Tonight, rotting rubbish causes a stink in Dunedin.
Oh my God.
The battle lines are drawn on the North Shore.
It's unfair if you have an A grade.
It's a shock.
And officers get to the bottom of an illegal deal in South Auckland.
How old did she say she was?
She said 18 or 20.
Try again.
At Auckland's North Shore City Council, Fiona Eames and her team deal to more than 130 calls each week. And with over 1,200 premises to police, it's a mammoth task for the environmental health team. This morning, Fiona is heading out to investigate a recent complaint from a member of the public.
I'm just going to investigate a complaint I received about flies in a food premises. Surprisingly enough, health inspector's already been 2 weeks ago and mentioned the fly issue. So because we've received a complaint again, I'm going out there to check it out.
A North Shore cafe currently has an A-grade rating. That's as good as it gets, so Fiona's expecting its food and hygiene standards to be immaculate.
Hi there, how are you? I'm Fiona from North Shore City Council. You probably remember me, don't you? Okay, that's good. I'm just here to discuss a little issue.
Yes.
A customer rang up and had a concern about flies in the... Flies, yeah. So if I can come and have a look around and we'll just... Okay. There's quite a lot around.
All right.
As you can see, they just seem to be hanging around the ceilings and stuff around here.
Flies are an endless problem for food establishments, potentially spreading nasty illnesses like dysentery and diarrhea.
Just looking at it, you do have quite a lot of flies buzzing around, and there's also...
We have a regular cleaning schedule.
You have a regular cleaning schedule?
And we just cleaned the last week or some now.
And when was the last time you cleaned your fridge?
Last month.
Last month.
Clean the fridge.
Clean the fridge, yeah.
Every day I clean the fridge.
You clean inside the shelving and stuff? No, it doesn't really look like you've cleaned it every day because there's a lot of build-up of stuff.
The state of the kitchen is raising Fiona's level of concern. Evidence of uncleanliness keeps mounting.
Do you have any sanitizer?
Sanitizer, yes.
Right.
Yes, this one.
That's detergent, that's okay, but do you have anything sort of like what you can spray on and wipe to wipe benches once you clean them?
Yeah.
Poor cleaning practices could mean horrible surprises for diners, with harmful bacteria spreading from dirty surfaces and ultimately ending up in mouths.
This doesn't look like it's been cleaned out regularly. It looks like it's quite dirty. There's just some areas that show that there hasn't been a detailed clean for quite a while. And when there's a build-up like this, it could mean that, you know, there might be infestation, maybe rats,
Yeah, I agree.
cockroaches.
Yeah.
And
We haven't seen any cockroach.
so you know that just because you don't see a cockroach doesn't mean that there's none, because cockroaches will come out at night.
Yeah.
While there's no sign of cockroaches today, the owners definitely need to do something to control the fly population.
And then we normally use a spray like this to minimize the
flies.
Yeah.
And also you'll find that if cleaning is improved substantially, then you're not going to have that problem. It won't attract as many flies. Because wherever there's a bit of grime, a bit of dirt, the flies will come to it because it's a free meal for them. Okay?
This heavy infestation is a risk to public health, so under North Shore City bylaws, Fiona can't leave the A grade in place.
Sorry to say, I do have to take this A grade down.
But not now. It expires on the June.
It expires, but this is not the right grade anymore.
But you can't take it now.
I have to take it now.
Please keep it there until because we are working very hard to get an A, and now you say it, and even give us the chance to improve that and take it off.
You had an inspection 2 weeks ago, and they already asked you to address the flies then, so it should have been done after that, and it hasn't.
It's not unfair.
It's unfair if you retain this A while other food premises work hard to control the flies and do their cleaning and also get an A. I can't have you all the same grade.
It's a medicine shop, you know. Quite seriously, we are.
Okay, thank you. I'll see you next week. Most premises that do have an A act on it straight away. They see flies, they know there's a problem. They either improve their cleaning, get a pest control company in, check the fly screens. They're doing something, whereas in this case, nothing was done.
Later that day at Manukau City Council, District Licensing Officer Paul Radich, accompanied by Constable Chris Lally, is preparing for a controlled purchase operation, sending minors in to obtain alcohol. Fueling crime, disorder and even addiction, underage drinking is a serious problem.
In Manukau City there's a lot of concern about underage drinking and youth access to alcohol. So this is our primary tool in trying to combat that.
Intelligence received by the District Licence Authority and the police reveals some liquor outlets aren't playing by the book. Chris and Paul's operation covers 485 stores in this area, and tonight some of those operators are in for a big surprise.
5 o'clock on a Friday night, we're about to embark on a controlled purchase operation. This time we're using 2 girls. We're hitting Mangani tonight, so hopefully we'll make it through them all and there won't be any sales.
So first up tonight, an important briefing for the girls.
Go for stuff that you think everybody wants to drink, like your RTDs and your woodies and that sort of stuff, okay? So you can't lie or anything like that. If you ask what's your age, you have to actually tell them the truth. Don't get in an argument with them, just walk out, okay?
The girls' safety is top priority, and the first few visits go off without a hitch.
Just asked us for ID and then we were like, nah, sorry, we don't have any, and then that was it. We just walked out. Yeah.
Cool.
A no sale is the ideal result, but Paul knows from experience that sometimes a no sale happens because a store has been alerted. His team have to be careful not to be spotted.
Seeing what this guy's up to, because he's got his cell phone out and he's doing all sorts of stuff out there. We've either just been sprung and he's sending a text out to say we're out and about doing a CPR, or he's trying to figure out where the girls have gone. So,
hoping the other stores haven't been warned of their operation, the team carry on.
just in the middle, there's 2 roller doors that are shut. The bottle store's right next door to it.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
Nope. Tuck, 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 tuck.
While the girls are inside, a store spotter emerges. But has he seen Paul and Chris?
Yeah, I got sold. Busted.
Clearly the spotter didn't realise what was happening, because someone in the store has committed a blatant violation of the Liquor Licensing Act.
What did you say for age?
We said 15.
You told me you were 15.
You told them you were 15 and they
Yep.
still sold it?
Yeah.
He's a new owner.
Not for long.
Having taken a statement from the girls, Chris and Paul confront the staff.
Greetings, how are you?
Hello.
Good.
The reason we're here is that earlier on this evening you sold to 2 15-year-old girls.
We sold?
Yes, you sold. We have it on camera.
Sure?
Yes, I'm sure, because they said they were 15.
We
And-
always check the ID and we even take
Yep.
care as well. Written his
Yep.
ID is here.
Yep. Well, they walked in here and they came out with the alcohol, and they're 15 years old, 2 girls.
While the owner is adamant he didn't make the sale, Paul notices his assistant looking increasingly agitated.
Have you seen a young girl, blonde girl, wearing a white jacket come in the store tonight? Oh, no,
Have you got the CCTV you have?
Yeah.
Yep.
I can check and...
suggest you rewind it back now and have a look while we're standing
Really
here.
sorry about that. If he give an next time, I never give...
Rewind it back now while we're having a look, while we're standing here.
What time you think, sir?
It was approximately 6:40.
6:40.
Excuse me? There they are, there, right there.
This?
Those two girls right there. There you are making the sale. Is that not you?
Yeah,
And you had a conversation with them, didn't you? About how old they were. When you said to her, how old are you, what did she say?
She said 18 or 20.
Try again.
In South Auckland, District Licensing Officer Paul Radich and Constable Chris Lally have exposed an illegal alcohol sale to minors. But getting anyone to own up is proving difficult.
There you are making the sale. Is that not you?
yeah.
How old did she say she was?
She said 18 or 20.
Try again.
Paul is determined to establish the truth.
I just want to be clear about this. You're adamant that those two girls told you that they were 18 or 20.
Yeah.
Which one was 20?
She said 18 or 20.
She said she was 18 or 20?
Yeah.
She didn't tell you which one it was?
With the story not adding up, Paul is losing patience.
It's a very simple question.
Yeah.
How old did she say she was?
She don't say. Only she was.
But she bought the alcohol.
Has he had any training? Has he had any training in the sale of liquor?
She bought it together.
She bought the alcohol.
She together.
Right, so she said she was 18 or 20.
Yeah.
So he's done himself secure.
And that's the story that you want to stick with. I suggest you have a chat to him, because if he keeps up with that story, we're going down a path that you won't like. Okay?
Tell to them truly what happened that time, because they know about all the arrange everything in their what they say you. If you do the mistake, then tell to clear.
How old did she tell you she was? Truth this time.
Tell the truth.
15.
She told you she was 15? And you went ahead and did the sale anyway? No, don't look at him, look at me. She told you she was 15 and you sold to her anyway? Yes or no? Yes or no?
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Why you sold them? I told you, never give to any underage without check ID. I always told you.
He may have told his staff member not to sell to underage customers, but it still happened. So ultimately, the owner is responsible.
It's your licence, and you're on a temporary authority, and you've got an employee in there who deliberately sold to a 15-year-old girl.
The owner may think he has a case to argue, but this has been one of the most deliberate cases of flouting the rules that Chris and Paul have come across.
The operators will always tell us that it's their first time offence. They always ask for ID. This is just the one time that they've slipped up and we've caught them out, and you know, they've never sold liquor to a minor before and they never will again. And you kind of get tired of hearing that excuse after a while, because they all say it, they all do it, we all know that they do it, and we know the first time that they slip up is not, and we catch them, is not the first time they've done it, it's just the first time that they've been caught.
After a hearing with evidence given by Chris and Paul, the Vine Street liquor licence was cancelled by the District Licensing Agency. The premise shut down, and it was unclear if it would reopen. The next morning in Dunedin, Environmental Health Officer Judy Austin has a grubby day ahead. Rubbish that's not collected can become a major health hazard, attracting filthy rodents and harmful diseases. And at the Dunedin City Council, complaints have been coming in thick and fast about students and their rubbish, so Judy is off to investigate.
It's really inappropriate to leave this sitting out on the street like this.
And there's even more rubbish out the back.
Hi. Hey guys, Environmental Health? Can you come to the door, please?
G'day.
Hi. The stuff on the street yours as well?
Yeah, no, it's not ours.
Not yours?
No.
Okay. Alrighty, so...
It's our rubbish there, not the stuff out on the street.
Clean it up, guys, because you can make yourself sick with this.
Yeah, no, sure.
You've heard of leptospirosis? Salmonella?
Yeah, salmonella,
Leptospirosis is worse, a lot worse.
Is it?
Yeah. It's almost like getting meningitis.
Oh, really? Yeah,
7 days
no
of
fun.
intensive care right from the start. So even do yourselves a favour and clean it up.
Yeah.
Otherwise you're looking at a fine.
Oh, really?
Okay.
But it's behind our house and everything, so like...
Yeah, but the thing is it's basically you've got food, you've got rubbish. It's a nuisance under the House Act. I could take that and prosecute you under that if you like.
How come?
Okay, you've got rubbish, you're going to bring in the rats, okay? Rats and mice will bring in disease.
Yeah.
So that's sort of how come.
Yeah.
Okay, so give it a clean up.
Yeah, sure.
I'm
by
going
the
to be
weekend,
going,
you reckon?
By the weekend, yeah.
Yeah, sweet as.
All right.
Yeah, we'll chuck these guys into the proper bags and everything, send them away.
Right. We'll be back Monday.
Yeah.
See ya.
See you around.
With the students facing hefty clean-up fees and fines, Judy leaves with the assurance that all the rubbish will be taken care of. But continuing on to her next call, she's in for a shock.
Oh my God.
On Auckland's North Shore, Environmental Health Officer Fiona Eames is revisiting a cafe where a fly infestation was a danger to public health.
Hi, how are you? That's good. So you had the pest control company come in and they did it. Okay, general protection inside cafe for flies.
A visit from professional pest controllers coupled with a big clean-up makes for a happy health inspector.
If we come in to do an inspection, if it looks like this, then there's not a problem.
Yeah, of course.
Okay?
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
Much, much better. Yeah. You've cleaned all along the benches as well.
Yeah.
And that's been good.
Fiona may be satisfied this visit, but remember how unhappy the operator was when his A rating was downgraded to a B.
You'll be having that grade for 2 months before we can upgrade you. That is because we have a bylaw that says once you've got downgraded, you have to retain that grade for 2 months before we can give you an upgrade.
Yes, but I think it's unfair for that. You know,
The reason...
look, I know this is by law, but this by law is unfair for people doing this.
The 2-month wait means a restaurant can't just do a quick clean-up, get graded up, and then let standards lapse again.
Right.
It's unfair treated for us, for people, or if that is the by law, it's unfair treated like the people doing a small business like that.
It's also unfair on people that buy food from you. If they can walk in here and they see an A grade and it's not up to an A grade standard. So we've got to think on that side too. And it's also unfair if other food premises are doing all they can to treat flies, to keep the place clean, and they get an A grade and you get an A grade as well. That's not fair. That's unfair.
For example, Fiona.
The operator has no choice. He has to wait for 2 months before applying for a regrading.
A lot of people get really upset about their C grade and not having to be able to regrade to a higher grade, but the bylaw clearly states that if they get a C or a D grade, they just cannot regrade until after 2 months.
Over the following months, the operator continued to maintain improved food safety practices and regained an A grade. Meanwhile, back in Dunedin with Environmental Health Officer Judy Austin. She's on the trail of mounting rubbish piles outside student flats.
Oh my God.
This pile is weeks of uncollected household rubbish.
Hello? There doesn't appear to be anyone home, but there's been no attempt to manage their rubbish whatsoever. It's not like a couple of bags that have been broken into by animals. This is pure laziness at its greatest form.
With the landlord living out of town, it's likely he's unaware of the filthy state of his property.
If I owned this property, I think I'd be totally shocked. There has been talk of rats here, and I'm not surprised now being on site. So we're going to take a good look around, get some good photos. I'll be emailing the photos tonight up to the landlord. They look like drop-ins there. Okay. You see how you've got the little bites in that bag? So we've definitely got a rodent problem going on here because of this. You don't ever want to touch anything that you suspect have got rodents been through. You can smell the urine. It's a very particular smell with rodents, so you'd know they've been there. But they carry some really nasty diseases. Salmonella is one of them, leptospirosis is another one. And as you can smell it, you know that they've definitely been there. This is going to be a notice under the Health Act.
In extreme cases like this, where there's a serious danger to public health, the council can insist on immediate action.
Under the Health Act, when you get a Section 29, you can use Section 34, which is abate without notice, which means you can go, it's got to stop right now, got to clean it up right now, and if they fail to do so, we can come in and clean it, but Section 34 allows us to recover our costs. So they would be paying for the clean-up, the removal, and my time.
Sounds like it could be an expensive exercise. With the offending occupants not home, all Judy can do for now is notify of her visit. But we returned a few days later to see what the students have to say for themselves.
There was a Dunedin City Council card on our doorstep the other day, and then yesterday they just appeared. So we can only assume they're dropping subtle hints. They're kind of like, some of it's just stuff that you can't, like, we can't really chuck out that kind of stuff on the rubbish. So we just leave it. And once it gets worse, you just start carrying this.
These guys won't be laughing when the fines and the bill for the cleanup arrive in the mail. They need to act now. Judy came back a few days later and was satisfied with the students' cleaning efforts, but she will be keeping a close eye to make sure they don't lapse back into their trashy habits.